Hi guys, welcome back. Today I've got a tutorial for you, probably just a short tutorial on how to make this cute little, like a mini journal booklet thing out of a file folder. So this one I've happened to do in Christmas themed paper, using up some of my scraps from the last project. So inside, and I haven't done the tags yet, so, you know, you can imagine what those would look like embellished, but that pulls out of that little side pocket here. Then there's another tag that will pull out of the top here. And then I've placed a journaling card back here in the back. Okay. You know, and then right here on the front, I've just done a little bit of embellishing. Now you could even add another pocket if you wanted to, or journaling paper. And then I've bound in it just a few sheets of paper. I think there's 4 sheets of paper, which would make 16 sides. So there would be plenty of paper in there if you wanted to, you know, to use this as something like a 12 Days of Christmas journal or something like that, or just record some small holiday memories in. Or I was thinking it would even make a cute little recipe booklet for writing in Christmas recipes, traditions, whatnot. I don't know. It's just cute, and it's all made with one file folder. And then basically, it's kind of a scrap buster kind of little project, because you could put all this together using your scraps of paper and whatnot. And then these sheets here, you could do your cut-offs. You know, if you do 12 by 12 scrapbooking papers, you always have a little strip that you end up cutting off. That would be a great size to bind in this. So let's get started making one. This next one I'm going to make is not going to be, I'm going to leave this handy so we can refer back to it. This next one I'm going to make is not really going to be a Christmas theme, or really even a scrap buster, but I have some of these printouts from Stephanie at My Porch Prints, and I've got a hodgepodge of her sets, her digital kits, so I'm just going to use some of these up that I already have printed. Aren't those gorgeous? Yeah, if you've never used any of her digitals, go on over to her Etsy shop and take a look, because they are fabulous. So let's get started. You need a file folder. For this particular project, I used one that had the tab on the far right hand side. So for this project, I'm going to do it identical, so it's a little easier to follow. So what we want to do first is we're going to be doing some scoring. So if you don't have a scoreboard, I guess, you know, a straight edge ruler and an embossing tool would be fine. I'm trying to find my embossing tool. Thought I had everything handy. Boy, my chair is going to be squeaky today. Okay, now I have a little spine here, and the reason I did that, let me try to get it in focus here. The reason I did that is because I was binding some paper in there, and then if I wanted to put some 3D embellishments or adding tags, you know, I want some room to expand. And I think this one I'd like to make just a tad bit bigger even than what I did before. So I'm going to turn my file folder around. That makes it easier for me. And we want to find the center. So this particular file folder is 11 3/4 inches. Or, you know, you can make it easier on yourself and just put a little pinch right there. And then you don't have to do any mathematical calculations to find half of 11 3/4. All right, so that puts us right about here. Okay, 5 7/8. Okay, now this one, let's see, what size did I do? I think I did a 1/8 inch mark on each side, and I want to go a little bigger, I think. Let me see. I'm gonna do this in pencil so it makes it easier to see. There was our center, and if I do 1/8 on each side for a 1/4 inch, pull that up so you can see it. For a 1/4 inch spine, yeah, let me see what it looks like if I do even more. So that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4/8, which is a 1/2 inch. Ooh, I don't know if I need a 1/2 inch though. Let me see. 1/2 inch would be pretty darn big. So, you know, for this one, I think I'm just going to stick with the size of spine I had before, which is 2/8 or 1/4. So I found the middle, and then I scored on the 1/8 inch mark next to it, and then the other 1/8 inch mark next to it. Okay. Now I'm using my ruler here to help me find where my score line is down here. I wish they would mark these scoreboards down here at the bottom. It would really make it a lot easier finding, you know, following along on your line, especially when you're doing thick things like these file folders. Okay. Here we are. Okay. So like I said, I marked the center of my file folder, and then I went 1/8 on this side over here and 1/8 on this side over here. Okay, and that gives me a 1/4 inch spine. Let's see if I can get that to show up. There we go. You see that? Okay. Now, that will be our spine for the book here. Now, how did I get it so short? No cutting. I folded it. Okay, and basically, I wanted to be able to use an 8.5 sheet of paper. Let me grab one. Well, here's one. I wanted to be able to take an 8.5 sheet of paper and cut it down lengthways. Okay, in two equal strips, and be able to take those strips and make my pages, because I didn't actually have any offcuts left, but I didn't want to waste paper, so that's how I came up with this size. So, you know, you determine what you're going to be binding them in this, but how we created these pockets right here is we just fold this file folder up. So depending on the height you want, you know, you might only fold up a little bit, or you could fold up a whole lot, depending on the height you're wanting for your book. So I want to make this one pretty much identical. So I am going to measure what it was I folded. And I have about 4 inches folded up there. So I'm going to mark on my file folder 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to fold right about there, 4 inches up. And, you know, I could score this, or I can just fold it. Okay, so what I have folded up here should be about 4 inches. And it is. Good. And I've got 4 inches on that side, which means I've folded it pretty straight. I'm going to take my bone folder here. I'm going to move this scoreboard. You don't have to be so quiet, Colton. Come on in. And I'm just going to really work that down. I want a nice crease there. Okay. Now we're going to be folding our spine. Okay. And I want that to be a nice crisp edge. So sometimes if you just take your ruler and put it on your score line and use your ruler as a guide to fold, you'll get a better crisp line. There we go. All right, now when you do this, you have a lot of bulk in the middle. And so when you fold, see what happens here? Okay, so we don't want that to happen. See, that didn't happen in my first one. And the way you get away from that is we're going to cut some of this out. So I'm actually going to unfold this a little bit. I wish you could see my score lines a little bit. I'm trying adjusting my camera or something. can't get my score lines to show up on camera. In fact, if it helps, I'll draw them really quickly so you can see where I'm cutting. I'll just pencil them in a little bit here, and then that might help you be able to see a little bit. Okay? All right, so that's my score lines and my spine in the middle there. I'm going to cut just on this side of the score line and then just on this side of the score line. Okay, so I'm just taking out a little bit of that bulk in the middle. And that's going to help our little booklet fold easier. I'm going to flip this over just because I'm right-handed and I like to have the line on my left-hand side. All right. Just going to trim this off. Okay. Now when I fold it, it folds a little nicer. Okay, I don't have all that bulk jamming up in here in the middle. And we don't need that in the spine anyway, okay, because these are just going to be pockets. So we really only need them on the front cover and the back cover and not in the spine anyway. So, all right, that's our first step. Okay, so we've got our little booklet. Now, the next thing to do would be to ink it up if you're going to do that. I inked up this one, and as you guys know, I like to ink stuff up. I am an inker. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to ink up all the edges on this before I cover it with paper, and then I'm going to come back. And then on this one, we're going to put a closure on it. So we'll do that when I come back, but I'm going to ink this up off camera, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we are all inked up here and ready to go. Now we want to add a little bit of reinforcing to this spine so it doesn't get worn out. So what I did was I took a little bit of a Tyvek envelope from the post office. Now this is one that was mailed to me. I'm just upcycling it or recycling it. Don't just go snitch them at the post office, though. That is illegal. So recycle ones that you've gotten in the mail, or you can buy some Tyvek stuff online, or you could even just use some duct tape in here or something like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm putting it in here because it's not going to show, and that helps reinforce it just a little bit, at least on the outside anyway. And I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac here just because it's fast drying for being on camera with it. You use whatever adhesive you're comfortable using. Okay. And then we will end up putting a piece of it on the outside as well. But I'm going to do that when I get ready to sew in my little signature. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So we've given it a little bit of reinforcement inside there, though. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I am going to want a closure on this. Sorry about that. I didn't put one on the last one, but I do want one on this one. And I've chosen some pink sari silk, some light pink sari silk, because I think it will go well with the delicate looking papers that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to measure this out a little bit. Oh, that's close enough. Cut it in half. I'm just going to trim off this little bit where they were sewn together. Get that out of the way. Okay. Oh, another little piece there. And we'll go with those two. Okay. So I want this to go back here in the back. I'm going to end up gluing this down anyway. So let's just go ahead and glue my sari silk in here. Okay, now I don't want to glue this down yet. And the reason I don't want to do that is because I am going to cover this with paper, at least this much of it with paper. and I don't want this glued down being kind of in my way or being a pain, so I'm just gonna tack that down a little bit now. And the reason I'm doing that is because I will forget to put it in if I don't. Which is why this little booklet doesn't have a tag, or I mean a tie, is because I forgot to put it in. Somebody suggested to me in my last video series to put post-it notes on things so I wouldn't forget where to put things at, because I glued that one pocket on in the wrong spot and had to move it. And that's a good idea. And I could just pencil in some notes here, but just go ahead and put those on. Okay, I'm going to leave that open a little bit to dry. So, and then that's going to tie just like that. Okay, now, next thing I'm wanting to do before I start putting my papers on is I'm going to punch a few little tab hole areas. So I want to put one here, and usually the reason I do that is just so that you can see that it's a tuck place. So I'm going to put one on that one, and I'm going to put one on this one, and I did put one up here on that pocket. I didn't on this one just because the file folder came down and didn't really need it over there. And on this one, I think I'm just going to punch the front. I'm only taking my hole punch, not even halfway down, and I am using a 1.5 inch circle punch. You use the size that you like, or you don't have to do it at all. Okay, not quite halfway down, right about there. And then I'm going to put one up here. Sorry, keep bumping the camera and taking you for a ride. And let's go right about there. Okay. Now, our file folder looks kind of bright underneath there, so we can just kind of polish that up a little bit with some ink so it doesn't look so bright and new. Let's do this one over here. And I'm messy with my stuff. This is almost all going to be covered in paper anyway. Okay. Forgot to do this one, didn't I? Get that edge a little bit. And on the front one, get that edge a little bit. Okay. Looks pretty good. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing before I go gluing on paper. Nope, looks pretty good to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually turn the camera off and go into a second video. So in the second video, we will put the paper on it and embellish it a little bit and make it look pretty. So that way, if you don't need to watch that part, you can be done at this point. You basically have the basics of your little folio. So you would just want to, you know, glue here on these two sides to fold that up to make a pocket, and glue on these two, fold it up to make a pocket. You also want to make sure that you glue that down so that it's not open, and glue this side down so it's not open. And you want to do all that gluing after you've covered it with paper to make it easier on yourself. So at this point, I'm going to let you go for this video, and then I'm going to come back and embellish it. All right, thanks for joining me. Happy crafting. Hope this gave you a little inspiration. See you soon. Bye-bye.